in the playoffs. Team standing by. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. The very first race of the day on this Saturday. Miami Freaks in the red. South Beach Palms currently on your screen in the gray. We're working on that partner forward. You're going to notice one player working their teammate standing within those hash marks on the left-hand side of the screen right now. Left-hand side of the screen. He's moving in the ranks to come in and assist J.D. Gonzalez. They'll make that switch. We're starting with double kettlebell ground to overhead, followed by pistol stick jump overs. So they're performing that single-legged squat and jumping over that PVC pipe to finish that rep. Slight lead right now for the Miami Freaks. As I said earlier, South Beach Palms currently 2-0, undefeated on this season. This has been a match I have been waiting to see, ladies and gentlemen. The first time that the Palms and the Freaks meet, playoffs on the line. Freaks first over to that second quadrant. Right now, Palms on your screen. Brent Proctor making easy work of those double kettlebell ground overhead. Switching up to Heather Hudson. Slight lead right now for the South Beach Palms. As we move down the grid floor, the weights on those kettlebells get heavier, and the height of those PVC pipes gets higher and higher. We are neck and neck, Gonzalez and Hudson. Gonzalez right on your screen right now, looking to finish up those stick jump overs. You saw a quick fault that's gonna open up the window for the South Beach Palms. Kate Johnson, Bryleigh Hansen. We've seen this combination of Hudson and Johnson throughout the entire season, ladies and gentlemen. They are the closers on this team. Ivan Gaichan, FGL rookie, Winter Rodriguez. We saw them on the last match go head-to-head, work together to get a comeback win in this race the last time we saw them in action. Back to Kate Johnson and Bryleigh Hansen. Again, a slight lead, just about 2 to 3 reps. Can Hansen and Johnson keep it and secure a win in the first race this morning? Final quadrant for both teams. Gaichan, here comes Bryleigh Hansen on the other side. Here comes Winter Rodriguez. Winter Rodriguez getting them back in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Kate Johnson onto the pistol stick jump overs. Winter Rodriguez, Bryleigh Hansen, and the Palms will take race 1. I'm telling you right now, this might be a race, a battle between the top 2 teams in this conference. One race down, a whole ton of action coming up for you guys today here from Pembroke Pines, Florida at the frickin' fitness facility.
I mean, with soccer, or any sport really, you always have like, well, girls are better at this in sports, or guys are better at this, but it's like, it kind of meshes and goes away in grid because you have your job and that's it. You're good at your job or you're not. So it's not so much guy versus girl anymore, it's just, you're a human, do your job. job.
I don't treat them like dainty little ladies. I don't think they're lesser or weaker or softer. They deserve the same compliments and reprimands that everybody else on our team does.
I love that we had to share the same weights, the same box, the same everything.
There's guys who are afraid of the girls, like, oh man, she's really good at this or whatever, and I have to go against her.
And I let the guys know, be like, hey, this is what they just ran. You need to match it or beat it. Otherwise, you're going to hear about it.
We all possess an innate, savage-like instinct. Whether you want to accept that or not. Being relentless, not making excuses, getting after it. There's the easy way and the born primitive way. Failing is okay, because it doesn't matter if you're the lion or the gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. Born primitive, made for the modern savage.
Welcome back into the action, ladies and gentlemen, here from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Going into race number 2, the mare. South Beach Palms lead the Freaks 2-1 early on in this first match of 4 today. As we get into this race, mare, you're going to see 2 barbells on the ground. Once those barbells are lifted off the ground, they cannot touch the ground again until all the reps have been completed. Today, we got 28 hang snatches, 175 for the men, 110 for the ladies. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Joe Gomez, Alyssa Martinez right now working for the Freaks. For the Palms, you've got Brianna Maxwell, Jeffrey Laura. We're moving at the same exact time over to quad number 2. 28 hang snatches in total, 7 in each quadrant. You're gonna notice their own teammates acting as human racks to help move that weight across the grid floor. Palms are ready, Freaks are ready. Moving right over at the same exact time, few seconds ahead of the South Beach Palms currently on your screen. Heather Hudson, Chris Acosta. Making easy work of these snatches right now. You've got Gaichan and Sakor working for the Freaks. Palms are going ready. Palms are moving to quad 4. Palms are moving to quad 4. We're on the Palms. Kate Johnson, Bryleigh Hansen, the South Beach Palms closers, ladies and gentlemen, looking to close out back-to-back races. And they close out back-to-back races. What seemed like a miscommunication on the side of the Freaks. They're going to finish up underneath the time cap, and they'll get their 1 point. Palms will take home 2 points in that race. They'll take an early 4-2 lead over the Miami Freaks. If you're new to the grid, a race win gets you 2 points. As long as you finish the race underneath the time cap, you'll get that 1 point. If you don't finish the race, however, underneath the allotted time, you will get 0 points for that race. Things will run a little bit differently coming up on the ringer point races. On these ringer point races, they're new to the league. Each team gets to pick 1 ringer point race from a group of options. 1 player from each team will play in that ringer point race, and whoever finishes gets 2 points. The losing team must finish within a 20% margin to earn a point, otherwise they get 0 points. Coming up next, Palms have chosen 6 triple touches for time.
Roster was full, and he didn't really know me as an athlete quite yet because I was, again, new to the area. I just moved into the area. So he told me to seek other teams, so I sought other teams, and then Bryleigh and I ended up becoming really, really close friends. So then after the tournament, he was like, Freaks 2021, and I was like, no, South Beach Palms 2021, because, you know, I want to play with my friends.
And like I said, we get it. Because we are too. And we designed our bars for us, so we know they're good enough for you. Want more, do more, be more. Breakout Bar.
Down early in this first match of 4 today, Miami Freaks are going to get back into this one, and they'll have an opportunity in this next race, the ringer point race. This race here, chosen by the home team. Miami Freaks have chosen 6 triple touches for time. Toe to bar, chest to bar, muscle up. All together as one is 1 rep. We need 6. The fastest team to 6 will take home 2 points. As long as the other team finishes within a 20% margin of the winning team, they'll get their 1 point. Andres Montenegro, Heather Hudson. They are off. 6 triple touches. As fast as you can. Andres Montenegro on your screen right behind her, Heather Hudson. Can Hudson keep this speed up? Hudson sprinted to that bar and was the first there. Hudson, she has 1 more remaining. And Heather Hudson will take the ringer point race. The Miami Freaks picked this ringer point race with all the confidence that Montenegro would take it, but Heather Hudson comes from behind. She comes in. She was never behind. She was from the start. She sprinted to that bar, was the first to jump up and grab it, was the first to finish, and the first to cross that finish line. After 3 races, Palms 6, Freaks 3.
I play for the Miami Freaks.
And then today you did, what did you say for the butterfly? With the med ball,
With
right?
the med ball, that was the first time. I really thought about it before doing it because I only had 5 reps. So I was put it on the balance. If it was worth it to risk to drop the ball and do those 5 butterfly, or maybe stick to the safe and just do regular ones. But I practiced them like the entire last 2 weeks. And it was working, so I was like, I want to give them a go, and it worked.
We see a lot of times you and Erika kind of going face to face, right?
Yes.
How does it feel to be a female and being equal?
I mean, at some point, I'm never looking to who am I going against, because for reals, I just need to calm down and stay calm and focus on what I have to do. So I barely see who I'm going against, but yes, this time I saw that I was going against him on sprint relay. Eric Cardona, like, he was the first guy I saw doing the butterfly muscle ups, and I was like, wow, that guy can hit 3 muscle ups in the time the others do 1, so he was like my hero. But today I didn't get scared. I was just like, I feel we're equal right now. Of course, it's easier for him that he was a gymnast and he used to do that. You know, rings is not a discipline for ladies, for girls, because years ago, like, they thought that women aren't strong enough to do the rings. So I think that's what's great, like going against a guy. Like, we can show that we can do it too, and we can be as fast as them, and we can do the same amount of reps as them.
Welcoming you back into the action. Once again, Alan Duarte here from the Freaking Fitness facility in Pembroke Pines, Florida. We are 3 races down. Early on, the South Beach Palms lead the Freaks 6-3. Playoffs on the line, ladies and gentlemen. The first-year team, the South Beach Palms, have made quite the name for themselves in their very first full season here in the Southern Conference of the Florida Grid League. Coming into this match, undefeated. A race win locks them a spot into the playoffs, but as any other team on this grid would say, we're not looking just to make the playoffs. They're looking to finish undefeated. You have the Gainesville Wild up in the Northern Conference, go undefeated in that conference, take the number 1 spot heading into the playoffs for that conference. South Beach Palms looking to do the same. The younger teams in this league making a name for themselves against one of the OGs, the Miami Freaks. 2 match wins today, locks them a spot into the playoffs. 1 match win, then it possibly will come down to point differential in the standings. Coming into this with point differential on their side, the Freaks were in the 2nd spot coming into this weekend. Looking to get themselves back into this race right now. That's what they're worried about. They have an opportunity with the Echoes. 2 races, back-to-back, same exact race, ran over and over again. 45 seconds to reset in between the races. Maybe strategy changes. Maybe a team throws a bonus flag. That bonus flag, you'll notice that at some point throughout this race, does not have to be thrown, but both these teams known to throw it each and every single one of their matches. That bonus flag will give the winner of the race, no matter who throws it, the winner of the race will get that extra point, making that race worth 3 points. Coming up on this Echo, we're going to start off in quadrant number 1. Right on your screen, where you see those blue weights on those barbells, quadrant number 1. Opening up with 30 overhead squats for the males. Females will perform front squats, 155 pounds. Weight does not change. Then we're going into 20. Dumbbell carry over the 20-inch box, 2 dumbbells. Males, however, on that element must perform a burpee before they come up over that box. You'll have 30 double touches. That's a total bar, chest to bar on the Valor Fitness rig. And we'll finish up on that 4th and final quadrant with 30 hang cleans for the ladies, hang snatches for the men, 125 pounds. 45 seconds on the clock as we get into the 4th race of the morning. It looks like Alex Alvarez is going to start it off for the Freaks. You've got Chris Acosta lined up for the Palms. Brianna Maxwell right next to him. 30 overhead squats if the male's performing it, or front squats for the ladies. 1 male, 1 female on the floor. We're going in 10. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Acosta opening up with those overhead squats, total of 30. Palms in the gray, currently on your screen. You see Brianna Maxwell there behind him. Right here you have Alex Alvarez, Alyssa Martinez waiting to relieve him of those overhead squats. They're going to do a quick switch right onto the shoulders of Martinez. front squats. Acosta doing as much work as he can. Setting up Maxwell for success. They'll drop it, they'll switch. Ivan Gaichan, FGL rookie right now, on the barbell for the Freaks. Erika Kaufman coming onto the floor. You've got Michael Schern right now on the left-hand side of your screen for the Palms, working for those burpee to box overs. As you got Jess Placencia right now doing work on the left-hand side of your screen. You can see on the far right-hand side of your screen, Erika Kaufman making easy work of those dumbbell box overs. And you'll see on the left-hand side, Ivan Gaichan, he is getting set. He is waiting on that pull-up bar. He's gonna start off the 30 double touches for the Freaks. You don't have anyone yet on the barbell. There's Bryleigh Hansen as Kay Johnson finishes up that last rep. Final rep for the Freaks. You've got about a 3-rep lead for the Palms. Bryleigh Hansen, a magician on the Valor fitness rig. You have Judy Gonzalez, bodyweight specialist for the Freaks in red. Looking to relieve Gaichan as soon as he's ready. You've got Proctor on the other side right now on your screen for the Palms. It looks like Gonzalez is going to finish for the Freaks. Proctor will finish for the Palms. Joe Gomez in quad 4 for the Freaks. Hand cleans for the ladies, hand snatches for the men. Gomez for the Freaks, Hansen for the Palms. Winner Nicolette Rodriguez coming over. Looks like she's gonna switch it out with Gomez. Johnson switching it out with Hansen. Once again, the Palms closers in quad 4. Winter Nicolette Rodriguez. Can she get the Freaks back into this race? No, hand is up. Hand is up. Kay Johnson brings it in for the Palms. Rodriguez looking to get that final rep in. She will. And the Freaks will take their point. We have 45 seconds, and we're going to rerun this same exact race. You saw Kay Johnson. Let's do it again. Will some strategy change there? I don't know if I would change anything at all for the South Beach Palms. They were literally near perfect on that race. Can they do it again? 30 seconds on the clock. Palms leading 8-4. You see Jojo Gomez. He's got a towel on his shorts. It's Jojo for MVP. He has been one of the glues of this Miami Freaks team. Can he bring him back into this match right here? Ivan Gaichan on your screen. He's going to start it off on those overhead squats. Winter Nicolette Rodriguez coming back quickly. You got Brett Henry on the overhead squats. Heather Hudson on the floor with the Palms. You got Brett Henry on the left-hand side of your screen. He's going to switch it up with Heather Hudson as Rodriguez goes to work on the front squats. Looks like Michael Schern going back out for the Palms. He's getting set for those dumbbell over the boxes. Remember, men have to start off each rep with a burpee. Sam Shakur waiting in the ranks for the Freaks. We're about 1 rep apart. 1 rep apart as Schern hands it back over to Placencia. Placencia right now on your screen. We come over to Sam Shakur, making easy work. She's got this technique down pat. Looks like she's going to go for all 20 reps as you have Alex Alvarez waiting to the right-hand side of her. And he's going to get onto those double touches. Hand is up for the Freaks. Hand is up for the Palms. And the Palms will switch it up. Interesting strategy as Placencia will switch it out for Hudson as Alex Alvarez opens up the gates for the Freaks. About a 5-6 rep lead for the Freaks. We're going to stay on this screen. Alvarez in the red, Heather Hudson right behind in the gray. Julie Gonzalez right next to him, looking to relieve him off of the double touches. Total bar, chest to bar, consecutively, that's 1 rep. Now we got Brett Proctor on the bar for the Palms. Bryleigh Hansen, she's running over to that quadrant number 4. JoJo for MVP. JoJo Gomez starts it up for the Miami Freaks. Kaufman's out there. She's going to help him when he needs it. Bryleigh Hansen on the far right-hand side, upper part of your screen. She begins. A huge lead right now for the Freaks. Can Erika Kaufman bring this home and get them their first win in this match? Kaufman making easy work. Bryleigh Hansen still working. Chris Acosta on the floor. Kaufman looking to bring home, get them that first 2-point win. And the Freaks take it. Erika Kaufman bringing it in as Chris Acosta finishes up the final few reps. Plenty of time to get them their 1 point as the Freaks look to close the margin. It was a 4-point lead for the Palms going into this race. It is now a 3-point lead for the Palms after this race. And the Palms will sprint, bring their teammates in, and they will get set for their next race of this match, the ladder.
Blake Kidder, Gainesville Wild strength specialist. Through training, came across the Grid League last season, went through the Florida Grid League trials and got a call from Adam. Said he was putting together a new team and kind of want to start it with the strength specialist and build around there. And so, he was the first coach that came and gave me an opportunity, so I jumped on board. Being with the Wild collectively, it just brings back so many memories of being in college. I can tell you from the very first time we met, it was so cohesive. I mean, it's a team of athletes that just bleed passion. I think what makes us such a strong team, yes, we're very athletic and we've got utility athletes, gymnastics, and we have strength, but you can't coach the unity that we have. It's something that happens natural. And I think that's what separates us in the league is adversity is going to happen in these races. And you can see it on the faces of some of the other teams. I will say, the Wild always finds a way to keep it together, fight adversity, and battle back. That passion, it comes from my family. My wife, my daughter, raised by a single mom. I always want to fight for the way she fought for me. Just family as a whole. I'm never out there alone. And I know those people are dependent on me, and so I kind of flip a switch. I'm a pretty calm guy until you get me on the grid. You get me in any competitive situation, I'm gonna get fired up, I'm gonna get pissed off. It's a chance for me to kind of get to the inner anger and the Hulk in me, I just kind of let it go. But there's just a lot of heart, there's a lot of passion there, and it boils in me, and I keep all that inside, and it comes out in training. I think the biggest muscle to train is that 6 inches between your head, and I love to make things hurt. I love to make it nasty because it just builds a bigger, better person. And all that passion goes a long way, and it shows on the floor. But yeah, it definitely fuels my fire.
Right to the end. Thanks for the Wild, man. You can see Blake Kidder and the Gainesville Wild at the playoffs and championships on October 9th at the new freaking Weston facility. Mark your calendars and stay tuned for tickets soon. Both the South Beach Palms and Miami Freaks fighting to join the Gainesville Wild and the Tampa Bay Brigade on playoff and championship weekend, October 9th. South Beach Palms right now leading the Freaks 9-6 as they look to secure their very first ever playoff spot in their very first year on the FGL floor. All they need is one win. Undefeated currently on the season, Miami Freaks. One win gets them a little bit closer to a playoff spot. 2 wins today on this day full of matches here at the Frickin' Fitness facility in Pembroke Pines. 2 wins for the Freaks locks them up into a playoff spot. 1 win gets them a little bit closer and increases their odds. We got about 40 seconds before we get into our next race. A chance for the strength specialists to shine. You saw them shine in the mirror as the South Beach Palms set a league record in that mirror race earlier on the day. Maybe they'll even set a league record here on this ladder race. They're confident that they can do it as the Palms have thrown their bonus flag. Head coach Cody Landrum threw the bonus flag on this race. So the winner of this race will get an extra point. We are off. We've got 4 quadrants on the floor, 4 barbells for the men, 4 barbells for the ladies. Every barbell is worth a specific amount of points according to that quadrant. That first one that Gomez just went to was 1 point. He just finished 2 points. Brianna Maxwell is in quad number 4. That's 4 points. As obviously the points get higher, the barbells get heavier. We got thrusters today, as you saw Jojo Gomez just throw up a 265-pound thruster. Jeffrey Laura, 245 on that barbell. Here comes Winner Rodriguez, 145 with ease. Winner Nicolette Rodriguez, 160 with ease. Not even breathing heavy. That 4th and final quadrant, 4th and final barbell, 4 points for the Freaks. Winner Rodriguez gets it done. Here comes Jay Milian into quadrant number 3. On to Anthony Garcia, done through quadrant number 2. There seems to be a speed differential. Kate Johnson and the Palms moving a little bit quicker throughout this. A different strategy for the Palms here as Kate Johnson just threw up that 265. Stephanie Rubio, the Freaks, moving with a little bit more pep in their step now. Rubio, off the grid floor, a lawyer. On the grid floor, a strength specialist. Here, she shines. Rubio, 175 as Heather Hudson couldn't quite get it for the Palms. At the end of this race, we're going to total the amount of points. The team with the most points will get the W. Henry secures that 265. Here comes Gai Chang. 265 for Gai Chang. Can't quite get it. We go back over to the Palm side. 90 seconds. You got Bryleigh Hansen for the Palms right now. Sam Secord for the Freaks. Here's Hansen. Here comes Sam Secord onto quadrant number 4. 4 more points to add to the Freaks. Can she do it? Secord does it as we go to Acosta. Acosta locks it up. Here comes Andres Montenegro. 225 for Montenegro. Easy. 245 for Montenegro. He is fired up. 245 from Andres Montenegro. He's going to cross that finish line. Here comes Alyssa Martinez. Placencia on the screen for the Palms. Jess Placencia, 175. Jess Placencia locks it out. Martinez, 160. Martinez will skip that 175. Here comes Alex Alvarez, 205. Can't quite get it for Alvarez. Erika Kaufman going right over to quadrant number 2. Brandon Ferris for the Palms, Kaufman for the Freaks. Kaufman through 2, 145, 160 for Kaufman. Kaufman can't quite get it. We're gonna tally up the scores and we'll get you the winner of this race right after the ringer point race. This time, the South Beach Palms get to choose what they bring to the grid floor.
Salting, baby.
Right now, a lot of us need healthcare that's simple and affordable. That's why we created Antidote Health, because you shouldn't have to wait for the doctor when you need it. You should have access to a doctor within minutes, with lower monthly costs, no deductibles, and 24/7 access to a doctor. It's healthcare that cares about you. Get started today at antidotehealth.ai, available on the Apple and Google Play stores.
So I was not always in fitness. My dad actually passed away, and that was when I really started to focus on fitness because I wanted to do something for myself. It just kind of like was my way of dealing with it, was to go to the gym every day and to kind of like forget about what was going on. So I didn't always start being fit as I am, and so I really looked up at that time to other female athletes. What I love about Grid is that you have every single female body type, so we're constantly exposed to bodies we've never seen before, and to me that's exciting, and so it makes me more proud of, you know, like my body as well. I looked up to other people that inspired me. I'm glad that I can inspire maybe other people. Also, being in medicine, it is a pretty male-dominated industry. That also kind of helps me with that confidence of feeling like we can do it, women are here. So in fitness and in my medicine world, like this is all what's about is feminism and equality, so that's a big thing for me.
The Fountain of Youth is a standalone product in our collagen line that is fantastic for immune support, fortifying your hair, skin, nails, your joint health, muscle recovery, and of course, gut health.
We do 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C to plus up the immunity in this. We also include maki berry as a good antioxidant to help you recover.
We also have 10 times the daily recommended value of an essential B vitamin, biotin. Perhaps the best part about the Bubs Fountain of Youth is that the flavor inside this is like a purple taste of magic. When you put all those ingredients together, you've got immune support, you've got great support for your hair, skin and nails, joint health, muscle recovery, and more. And our collagen, as always, is grass-fed, pasture-raised, non-GMO, keto-friendly, paleo diet-friendly, and all-around friendly for you. So come on by and check out the Fountain of Youth.
Feel great, do good. Remember to use that code for 20% off Bubs Naturals as we go into the next ringer point race. Kate Johnson, JoJo Gomez. What could be the battle for the Southern Conference MVP right here. You got Kate Johnson on your screen. 5 snatches, 225 pounds. JoJo Gomez wants that MVP. JoJo Gomez making a MVP statement. JoJo Gomez locks up the ringer point race for the Miami Freaks. I hope you didn't blink, ladies and gentlemen, because JoJo Gomez might have just changed the momentum of this match. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a score update for you coming up, but what a showing by Jojo Gomez.
I see everyone that they can meal prep on weekends. That's perfect. But I don't usually have that time because that weekend I used to program my clients and everything, and just having my weekly box coming up, it's just like perfect because I really can like take advantage of those days, and I'm not just cooking and then programming again and then I have to come back and cooking because that things take like 3 or 4 hours to cook. I really love Rebuild because it's super helpful. I usually choose the performance plan because it's not dairy, it's gluten free, and it's soy free. When you eat to perform, those points are so important. Like there's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind because we literally eat to perform.
And back to the action we go. Palms 13, Miami Freaks 8, as we go into the final 2 races of this match. A lot relying on this race right here for the Miami Freaks. A race win gives them a fighting chance in this match. A loss makes it mathematically out of reach for the Freaks, and the Palms will secure that playoff spot and their 3rd win of the season. Up next, we have Jack and Jill. 1 male, 1 female, working together, all on a body weight specialized race. 30 bar muscle ups, 20 ring muscle ups, 5 backwards roll to support. You might be wondering how we got to 13 to 8. The last score update we had, South Beach Palms took the ladder by more than 10 points, giving them 3 points because that bonus flag, and the Freaks got 0 points. Freaks looking to get back into this match here on Jack and Jill. 30 bar muscle ups, you're gonna see this waterfall effect where one player will go, the next player will go, making the most efficient of their time, being the most efficient they can to get those reps on this element. Alvarez and Gonzalez in the red behind you. Proctor and Hudson in the gray for the Palms. We got 30 reps on the bar. We go 20 on the ring. Hand is up for the Freaks. It looks like they have a slight lead. 2 more reps for Gonzalez as Andres Montenegro gets set on the rings. Here comes Montenegro. Brandon Ferris, Andres Montenegro. You see Montenegro doing the butterfly effect. As you see right next to him, Paula Leyes Blum, the 2019 FGL MVP. You've seen her on TikTok. You've seen her on Instagram. Now you're seeing her live on the grid floor. She will also go through with that butterfly effect. As Montenegro is right in front of her. You can't see her. Montenegro's right in front of her, getting set for the 5 backwards rolls to support. We're waiting for a hand to go up. 13 for the Palms. 1 more rep for the Freaks. Paula Leyes Blum locks it out. Here comes Andres Montenegro. 5 backwards rolls to support. You see him on your screen. Looking to keep the Freaks in this match. And Montenegro brings it home for the Miami Freaks. Gets them another race win. We've got plenty of time right now. You've got Henry on the rings for the Palms to get their 1 point in this race. And Brett Henry gets the Palms across the finish line underneath the time cap, and they'll get their 1 point. All but one race remains. Sprint relay. Freaks throwing their bonus flag. It all comes down to this.
Hey guys, Bryleigh Hansen here with I got this. We got this. Hey guys, Bryleigh Hansen here with the Florida Grid League, and today I am here to teach you guys the grid movement, the double touch. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Done. The double touch is a movement from the Grid League, a brand new sport that I play in. It is a combination of a toe to bar and a chest to bar put into one fluid movement. Before even attempting this movement, you really should be able to perform at least 10 to 15 toe to bar and butterfly chest to bar consecutively. To really understand how to perform this movement well, it is helpful to see the differences from the standard toe to bar and chest to bar movements individually. The timing has been altered on this slightly, but you can start to see how you use your momentum a little differently. The first thing to notice is how much bigger the forward swing is on the kip to create more momentum. You can then use that momentum while pulling down hard on the bar with locked out arms to generate more of an upward motion to set you up for the chest to bar, which you can see here at the point of toe contact, noting the shoulder angle. As a result, you will see the difference in shoulder direction. On the toe to bar, the shoulders move forward and down, while on the double touch, they elevate to put you in the correct position for the chest to bar, right into the other. Step 2 is connecting the toe to bar and chest to bar into one movement without worrying about making the actual contact to the bar with your toes or your chest. Once you start getting the rhythm down of going directly into the chest to bar from the toe to bar, you can move to step 3, which is making the toe and chest contact. Just one rep at a time, focusing on contact. The toughest part about the double touch is stringing numerous reps together because the flow and the swing can get really wonky really quickly, so step 4 is adding a pull down after 1 rep. After you can continuously do that, step 5 is working on the motion of 3 to 4 reps together without making the actual toe and chest contact again, but focusing on how quick and snappy you really have to be to make this movement flow.
A 4-point lead for the South Beach Palms going into this final race of the first of 4 matches on this Saturday here in Pembroke Pines, Florida, from the Frickin' Fitness facility. Palms only need to finish this race underneath the allotted time. As long as they do that, they will secure 1 point, and they will secure their 3rd win of this season and secure their very first ever playoff ticket in the Southern Conference of the Florida Grid League. A lot has come down to this final race. What could have been a big difference maker right now is that ladder race where the Freaks finished 11 points behind the Palms. 10-point differential in that race means that the Freaks got 0 points for that race. The Freaks right now hoping for a sprint relay race and for the South Beach Palms not to finish the race underneath the allotted time. Fingers are crossed. Prayers are being prayed. It all comes down to this. Final race we go. Samson Coed opening up for the Freaks. Chris Acosta for the Palms in gray. We're opening up 8 elements in this sprint relay, starting with 10 double dumbbell shoulder overhead 60 pounds. Once a player finishes the final repetition of an element, they'll perform that 4-point touch as you saw Samson Coed do, and they'll sprint to the finish line. Once they are done in the race, they are done for the rest of the race. So strategy comes into play as to who finishes which element. Right now, you have Winner Rodriguez, you've got Brent Proctor working on 20 handstand push-ups. One more rep for Proctor as Rodriguez finishes it up. Here comes Andres Montenegro, Heather Hudson. You've got 4 back uprises on the rigs. You saw Montenegro shine on the backwards roll of support. Hudson with that back uprise. Montenegro gets his done. Hudson gets hers done. A slight lead for the Freaks. The Freaks may not leave here with the win, but a 1-point differential, taking off their total point differential, would be huge going into the playoff standings. Ivan Gaichan knocking out his final legless rope climb. Brandon Ferris has 1 more rope climb to go. We're gonna walk with those kettlebells overhead. France Petty Papa. Looking strong, looking tight as he comes across the grid. He is through 2 quadrants. As Brandon Ferris finishes his legless rope climb, you have France Petty Papa on your screen. He's got 1 more quadrant to go. As Brett Henry picks up the kettlebells for the Palms. As Brett Henry does it, you're gonna have Julie Gonzalez over to that Valor Fitness rig. There she is on your screen, 20 chest to bar pull-ups. Final few reps as Brett Henry has 1 more quadrant to go as Julie Gonzalez finishes up her chest to bar pull-ups. 2 elements left. Plate handstand step overs for the former Grid League MVP in Paula Leyes-Plum. Henry crosses the finish line. Here comes Lily Burkhead for the Palms. Paula Leyes-Plum on your screen in the red. She's got 1 more step over. There she gets it. We've got 2 minutes left. Here comes Jojo Gomez, making his very own bid for MVP. He's got 5 snatches, 225 pounds. You saw him do it earlier. He's doing it again to close out this race and the match for the Freaks. Jojo Gomez will secure the race win and a 4-point victory for the Freaks. Bryleigh Hansen on your screen, working on those handstand step overs. We got 1 minute on the clock, plenty of time for Kate Johnson to secure a race win, a match win, and secure and punch their very first ticket to the FGL playoffs on October 9th. The Freaks win the race, but the Palms win the match and stay atop the Southern Conference here in the FGL. That is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, with a final score. Palms